in cool weather, and starting it now means the plants grow strong roots without the stress of summer heat. By late winter or early spring, you'll be cutting your very own heads of broccoli while most gardeners are still waiting for planting season to begin. Outdoors, broccoli does best in raised beds with soil that drains well but holds moisture. Tuck the seedlings in about 18 inches apart so they have room to spread their big leafy arms. If you live where winters get extra harsh, cover them with fleece or a cold frame. Think of it as a cozy blanket that keeps them safe through frosty nights. Indoors, you can start broccoli in seed trays under bright grow lights. When the seedlings are about 4 to 6 weeks old, transplant them outside and let them finish strong in the cool soil. Here's the timeline. In just 2 to 3 months, you'll have a solid central head ready to harvest. And here's the bonus. After you cut that main head, don't pull up the plant. Leave it in the soil and it'll keep sending up smaller side shoots for weeks. Imagine this. It's January. There's frost on the ground, and you walk out to your garden to cut fresh homegrown broccoli for dinner. That's the payoff October planting gives you. Quick question, what's your favorite way to eat broccoli? Roasted, steamed, or straight from the stalk with a crunch? Sliding in at number 10 are peas, specifically sugar snap and snow peas. October is prime time to sow them if you want an early abundant harvest come spring. The soil is cool, the air is crisp, and peas absolutely love that kind of environment. Outdoors, peas are natural climbers, so give them a trellis, a net, or even just a backyard fence to cling onto. Push the seeds an inch deep and 2 inches apart, then let them weave their way upward through the fall and winter. In mild regions, they'll overwinter beautifully, and by spring you'll have vines loaded with pods. Indoors, peas can grow in containers, but they still want something to climb. A few bamboo sticks or even string tied to a frame will do the trick. Place the container near a sunny window and you'll be surprised how quickly those vines take off. Timeline-wise, you're looking at around 60 to 70 days for your first harvest once the weather warms. But the best part is how non-stop they can be. Pick pods regularly and the plants will keep producing. Bonus tip: soak your pea seeds in water overnight before planting. It softens the seed coat and gives you faster, more even germination. Now picture this: early spring, your garden fence covered in green vines, and you step outside to snack on sweet crisp peas straight from the pod. That's the reward you set up by planting in October. Number 9 is Swiss chard, sometimes called the rainbow of the garden. October is an excellent time to start it because this leafy green thrives in cooler weather and doesn't mind a light frost. The cooler the nights, the sweeter and crisper those leaves become. Outdoors, plant the seeds half an inch deep and about 6 inches apart. Chard grows fast, and those colorful stems, reds, yellows, oranges, look stunning in any garden bed. Indoors, it does just as well in wide containers on a sunny windowsill or under grow lights. Just remember, it loves space, so don't crowd the seeds. Harvest begins in about 50 to 60 days. But here's the magic. Swiss chard is a cut and come again crop. That means you snip the outer leaves and the plant keeps sending up new growth for months. One planting can keep your kitchen stocked all winter long. Bonus tip: if you harvest regularly, the plant stays young and tender instead of growing tough. And trust me, once you saute fresh chard with a little garlic and olive oil, you'll wonder why you didn't grow it sooner. At number 8, we've got beets, one of the most versatile crops you can start in October. And here's the best part: you're not just growing roots, you're getting 2 harvests in one. The leaves are just as edible and nutritious as the roots, so nothing goes to waste. Outdoors, sow beet seeds directly into loose, well-drained soil about half an inch deep and 2 inches apart. Thin the seedlings early to give the root space to swell. Indoors, you can grow them in deep containers. Just make sure the soil is at least 10 inches deep so the roots develop properly. Harvest timelines vary depending on the size you want. Baby beets are ready in about 35 to 40 days, perfect for roasting whole. If you let them mature, you'll be pulling up large, hardy roots in 50 to 60 days. The greens can be harvested even earlier, almost like spinach. Here's a bonus tip: roast your beets with the skin on, then slip the skins off after cooking. It locks in and makes them much easier to handle. Picture this: it's December, you're pulling fresh beets from the soil, roasting them for dinner, and using the leaves in a salad. All from one planting. That's the kind of payoff October sowing gives you. At number 7, we've got onions. One of the most reliable crops you can start in October. This month gives them a head start, allowing the roots to establish before winter sets in. Come spring, they'll already be strong and ready to push up healthy green shoots. Outdoors, onions love raised beds or rows in well-drained soil. Plant onion sets or small bulbs about 1 inch deep with the pointy end facing up and space them 4 to 6 inches apart. Indoors, onions aren't the best choice for bulbs, but you can grow green onions or scallions easily in pots by planting sets close together. The harvest timeline depends on the type. Green shoots can be snipped within weeks, while full bulbs take several months to mature, usually by late spring or early summer. Here's a bonus tip: don't over-fertilize with nitrogen. Too much leafy growth means the bulbs won't form properly. Instead, give them a balanced feed and plenty of sunlight. Now imagine pulling a whole row of onions out of the ground in June, braiding them together and hanging them up in your kitchen. That's food security and flavor all in one. Quick question: are you more of a red onion person, a white onion fan, or do you swear by the sharp bite of yellow onions? Number 6 is carrots, a classic cool season crop that October suits perfectly. Carrots actually taste sweeter after a touch of frost, so planting them now means you'll get crisp roots with unbeatable flavor. Outdoors, sow the seeds directly into soft sandy soil, about 1/4 of an inch deep. Carrots hate rocky or compacted soil because it makes their roots split and twist, so loosen the bed well before planting. Indoors, you'll need a deep container at least 10 to 12 inches, so the roots can grow long and straight. Seeds can take up to 3 weeks to sprout, but once they do, thin the seedlings to 2 inches apart. This gives each root enough room to develop without competing. Harvest can begin as early as 60 days, though letting them grow longer gives you larger, crunchier carrots. Bonus tip: plant radishes in the same row as carrots. The radishes sprout quickly, marking the row and loosening the soil for the slower-growing carrots. By the time the carrots need space, you'll already have harvested the radishes. Picture it: pulling up a bunch of sweet, bright orange carrots in Junior, rinsing them under cold water, and biting into that crisp, sugary crunch. That's the reward for October sowing. At number 5 is kale, the ultimate cool weather champion. If there's one leafy green that actually gets better as the temperature drops, it's kale. A touch of frost sweetens the leaves, turning what some call bitter into a tender, almost nutty flavor. Outdoors, kale thrives in garden beds or raised beds. Space the plants about 1 foot apart, keep the soil rich with compost, and water regularly to keep the leaves lush. Indoors, kale does surprisingly well in large pots under bright light or grow lamps, perfect if you want fresh greens right from your windowsill. Plant seedlings are direct sow seeds 1/2 inch deep. In about 50 to 60 days, you'll have full leaves ready to harvest, but baby leaves can be picked much earlier for salads. The trick is to harvest from the bottom up, leaving the center crown to keep producing. Here's a bonus tip: plant kale once, and with the right care, it can keep producing through winter and even into early spring. Some gardeners call it their never-ending salad bowl. Now imagine stepping into your garden in December, brushing frost off the leaves, and tossing those sweet crisp greens straight into a pan. That's the kind of joy kale gives you. At number 4, we've got garlic, the king of fall planting. October is the golden month to get garlic cloves in the ground. Plant them now, and they'll quietly grow roots all winter long, ready to burst into strong plants once spring arrives. Outdoors, garlic is simple. Break apart a bulb, choose the largest cloves, and plant them 2 inches deep with the pointed end up, spaced about 6 inches apart. Cover with mulch to insulate through winter. Indoors, garlic doesn't usually form full bulbs, but you can grow garlic greens by planting cloves in pots and snipping the shoots for a mild garlic flavor in cooking. Planting-wise, garlic is a patient crop. Plant in October, harvest bulbs in early to midsummer, but those greens you can use much earlier keep you supplied while you wait for the big payoff. Bonus tip: rotate your garlic beds each year. Don't plant garlic or onions in the same spot back to back. Keep soil diseases at bay and your bulbs healthy. Now picture this. Next summer, pulling up a whole bed of fat, fragrant garlic bulbs, tying them into braids, and hanging them in your kitchen. That's the reward for a little October effort today. Quick poll, do you go through garlic cloves one at a time? Or are you like me and toss in half a bulb every time you cook? Number 3 is radishes, the speed demons of the garden. If you've ever wanted a crop that goes from seed to plate in under a month, radishes are your best friend. October is perfect because the cooler weather keeps them crisp, juicy, and mild instead of hot and pithy. Outdoors, sow the seeds directly into loose soil about half an inch deep and an inch apart. Indoors, radishes are just as happy in shallow containers. No deep soil needed since their roots are small. They sprout in just a few days, and in as little as 25 days you'll be pulling fresh radishes from the soil. Here's the bonus, you can succession sow every week or two, giving you a steady supply all through fall and even into winter if you protect them with a cold frame. Pro tip, plant radishes alongside slower crops like carrots. Radishes mark the rows and loosen the soil, and by the time the carrots need space, you've already harvested the radishes. Now imagine this. Snacking on crunchy peppery radishes in November while everyone else thinks fresh produce season is long gone. That's the power of a little October planting. Coming in at number 2 is lettuce, and this one is a must for anyone who loves fresh homegrown salads. October is ideal because lettuce thrives in cooler weather and hates summer heat. Plant it now and you'll have crisp, tender leaves ready in weeks. Indoors, lettuce is the perfect windowsill crop. A shallow container, good soil, and bright light are all you need for fresh leaves at your fingertips. Outdoors, lettuce handles fall temperatures easily, and with a little fleece cover, it keeps growing through early winter. Sow seeds 1/4 inch deep and just scatter them lightly for loose leaf varieties. Romaine takes a bit longer but gives you those classic crunchy heads. In as little as 30 days, you can be harvesting baby greens, and in 60 days you'll have full-size heads. Bonus tip, harvest lettuce as cut and come again. Snip the outer leaves and let the center keep producing. One planting can last you for months. Picture this. In the middle of December, tossing together a bowl of crisp sweet lettuce you grew yourself while everyone else is stuck with wilted store-bought greens. That's the kind of win October gives you. And finally, at number 1, we've got spinach. If you only plant one thing in October, let it be this. Spinach is hands down the easiest, fastest, and most rewarding crop you can grow right now. It laughs at the cold, it grows quickly, and frost actually makes the leaves taste sweeter. Outdoors, spinach loves cool soil. Sow the seeds about half an inch deep and 2 inches apart, then thin them once they sprout. Indoors, spinach does beautifully in shallow containers. Just make sure it gets plenty of light, whether from a sunny window or a grow lamp. Timeline-wise, you can start picking baby leaves in as little as 25 to 30 days. Leave the center intact and it'll keep producing new growth for weeks on end. Full-size leaves are ready in about 6 to 8 weeks. Here's the bonus tip. Succession sowing is your best friend. Plant a new batch every 2 weeks and you'll have an endless supply of spinach through fall and even into early winter. Now imagine this. Stepping into your kitchen on a chilly November evening, clipping fresh spinach from a pot on your windowsill and tossing it straight into your dinner. No supermarket run, no limp plastic bag of greens, just fresh, vibrant leaves you grew yourself. So let me ask, are you more excited about growing spinach for a crisp salads, hearty soups, or a quick toss into your morning omelet? So there you have it, 15 crops you can start in October indoors or outdoors that will reward you through fall, winter, and well into next spring. Let's do a quick rundown. Strawberries, turnips, herbs like parsley and cilantro, cabbage, broccoli, peas, Swiss chard, beets, onions, carrots, kale, garlic, radishes, lettuce, and of course spinach at number 1. That's a lineup of fresh food most people think isn't possible this late in the year, but you now know the secret. October planting means early harvests, stronger crops, and fresh meals when everyone else is stuck with store produce. Before you go, here are a few extra tips to make these crops even more successful. Indoors, grow lights can make all the difference as daylight hours shrink. Outdoors, use mulch, cloches, or a simple cold frame to protect plants from sudden frosts. And remember succession planting, so a little every couple of weeks for a steady supply instead of one big harvest. Soil prep matters too. Add compost now and your plants will reward you all season long. Think of it as setting the table before the feast. If you found this list helpful, give this video a thumbs up. It helps more gardeners discover these tips. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a new upload. Tell me in the comments which of these crops are you starting this October. I'd love to hear what's going in your garden or even on your windowsill. Thanks for watching and happy planting.